Hi, my name is Jessica Velez, and I am the Program Assistant for the Genetic Society of America's Early Career Leadership Program. Today I'm joined by Anthony Arena, who is the co-chair of the Policy and Advocacy Subcommittee. Anthony will be sharing his thoughts and experiences with the program. Anthony, why did you join the Early Career Leadership Program?
So my choice, to apply for this program was, I was first introduced to it by my mentor. And so I'm not from a genetics background. And so one of the things that he had mentioned was maybe looking at the different programs that the GSA had to offer so I could have more of a sense of community. I had already attended one GSA sponsored event by that time and had a really excellent time and really good experience, and I really liked the community and everybody seemed involved, and so I wanted to find another way that I could, one, be involved and also increase my network of people and professionals. And so as we know, it's harder and harder to find academic jobs nowadays, and so we're also looking for things that can help, pad our CVs, give us a leg up if we get a chance to have any kind of leadership roles. And so, this literally says it in the name. It's for early career scientists who want to have some mentorship and how to be a good leader and a good mentor to other people, as well as their peers. And so that was really the main driving force. When I looked into the program and I saw that they had the various different subcommittees, I was interested in the community and outreach committee as well as the policy committee, because who better to advocate for scientists but scientists? And so really the idea that I was wanting to help develop and to learn more about by doing this was, how can I as a scientist be an effective advocate for science funding, for research, both on the local and on the federal level. And so I just thought that this program would be a nice way to round that all out and really get that experience, and then also meet people who are like-minded and interested in the same kind of ideas.
Awesome, thank you. What was the interview process like?
So the interview process was fairly easy. So we had to fill out, and I'm not sure if it has changed since then, but we had to fill out a written type of application. So a couple of essays explaining why we were interested in doing this, what policy or what committees we would like to be on. And at the time, it was a different director. Her name was Sonia. And so because she was in, I want to say, Pennsylvania, and I am in Chicago in Illinois, so obviously we could not meet face-to-face. So we did a virtual interview. And so it was a phone call, and we talked for probably about 30 minutes. And so she kind of went over my responses that I had given to the different prompts. And then just really wanted to know what I personally wanted to get out of being in the program. And so she thought that I would be a good candidate for the policy subcommittee. And so I was more than happy to join on to do that. And so that's where we are now today.
What has been your favorite project you've worked on?
So my favorite project sadly did not get to come to fruition. Is that the right way to say it? So one of the things that we were doing, so the GSA was hosting a conference this April called TAC, or the Allied Genetic Conference for 2020. And so, again, not being from a genetics background, I thought this is a really great opportunity because you're basically getting everybody from all the sides of genetics coming together into one group. And so this was happening in DC this year. And so one of the things that we were going to do was a Hill Day. And so what that is that we had recruited about 30 scientists that included graduate students, postdocs, as well as faculty. We had at least 60 plus, maybe even more than that, applicants. So we've, vetted all the applicants, picked the people who were the most interested and seemed to have the most passion about participating in some real hands-on policy advocacy. And what we were going to do was actually go to Capitol Hill and meet with congressional members and their staffers and actually advocate right there on the spot to them for why we think that they should help support genetics funding and just science research in a whole. And so we were pretty much all ready to go. We had done all the trainings and done everything. And then obviously coronavirus had hit. So that unfortunately the event had to be canceled. But I'm hoping that, as we kind of move towards developing a vaccine and things start to get better, that we'll be able to do such an event again. And I think, since we didn't get the chance to do it before, there's even more of a want to have it happen. And so I think that we're in a good place to kind of regroup and try again for maybe next year.
Wonderful. That sounds awesome. Well, thank you again for your time today. If any of our applicants have questions for Anthony or myself, please send an email to engagement@genetics-gsa.org.